Good morning, students. This session is for class 11th and we have completed the derivations and theoretical portion of chapter 6, that is work, energy and power. And today we are going to solve the numerical problems given in the exercise of your NCERT book of chapter 6. So let us start with the first question, that is, you can see on your screen. The question is, the sign of work done by a force on a body is important to understand. State carefully if the following quantities are positive or negative. Work done by a man. This one is the first question actually. Okay, this one is the first question. So we have to give the positive or negative work in these cases. Okay. So state carefully and give either work is positive or negative in these cases. So let's see, first one is work done by a man in lifting a bucket out of a well by means of a rope tied to the bucket. So this one is the first question. Now second one is, you can see this one is the second question. Work done by gravitational force in the above case. Then the third point, here is the third point, that is work done by friction on the body sliding down an inclined plane. Fourth point is work done by an applied force on a body moving on a rough inclined plane with uniform velocity. Then fifth point is work done by a resistive force of air on a vibrating pendulum in bringing it to rest. So you can see there are 5 questions in this part and you are supposed to give the answer, that is, these are positive or negative work in these cases. So I hope you can try by yourself and you can pause this video and you can try to write down the negative and positive work in different cases. So let's see the first one, that is work done by a man in lifting a bucket out of a well by means of a rope tied to the bucket. So let me give you the hint to find out the negative or positive work. So students, since you know that work is defined like this, in vector form it is defined like this, F dot S, because work is a scalar quantity, so it is a scalar product of 2 vectors, so F dot S. Now you can write in form of magnitude. You can write the magnitude of force, then magnitude of the displacement, and cosine of the cosine of the angle between force and displacement. So this is the formula for work. Now check, these two does not important in this case. For direction we need to check this theta. If this theta is 180 degrees, so you will get the negative work. If this theta is 0 degree or between 0 to 90, so it is positive, and if it is 90 it is 0. If it is more than 90 and to 180 it will give negative value. So you should check the angle between the force and the displacement in all these cases and you will get your answer, that is work is either negative or positive or 0. So let's see, in first case you can see work done by a man in lifting a bucket out of a well by means of a rope tied to the bucket. So student, in this case the force is in upward direction by the rope and the bucket is also moving in the upward direction. It means both force and displacement are in same direction. So you know that if they are same direction, then the work done is positive. So answers are given here. You can see the first one is positive. And the explanation of this answer is given here. In the given case, force and displacement are in the same direction, hence the sign of work done is positive. In this case the work done is on the bucket. So you can see this one is the answer, and I hope it is very easy to understand if you see this concept. If you use this concept and try to find out the direction between force and displacement, so you will be able to find out this that is work done is positive or negative. Okay, so let's see the second case. Work done by gravitational force in the above case. So you can see in this case the work done by the gravitational force is negative, because if bucket is moving upward direction and the gravitational force is always in downward, so gravitational force is downward and bucket is moving upward direction, so displacement is here and force is here. So the angle between the displacement and this force is 180 degree. So for this case this cos theta is negative, so work is negative in this case. Okay, so I hope you understand the work is negative here. Explanation is given. Let's see the explanation. In the given case, the direction of force vertically downward, that is gravitational force, and displacement vertically upward due to the applied force are opposite to each other, hence the sign of work done is negative. Okay, so I hope you understand. Now the third question is work done by friction on body sliding on inclined plane. So body is moving downward, it means the frictional force is always to opposite to the direction of motion. It means the displacement and the force are opposite to each other. You can see if this one is the inclined plane and body is moving downward, slipping downward, the friction is in this direction. So in this case you can see the displacement and the force are in opposite directions, so the work is negative, so this is negative here. Answer is given. Explanation: since the direction of frictional force is opposite to the direction of the motion, the work done by the friction force is negative in this case. Okay, so I hope you understand. These are very simple and very interesting concept you are using here. Fourth point is work done by an applied force on a body moving on a rough horizontal plane. So if on a rough horizontal plane you apply the force, then object must move in the direction of the force. So in this case the work is positive because force and displacement are in same direction. So you can see here the body is moving on a rough horizontal plane. Frictional force opposes the motion of the body. Therefore, in order to maintain a uniform velocity, a uniform force must be applied to the body. Since applied force acts on the direction of motion of body, the work done is positive. So this is the reason why this work is positive. So you can see the work is positive here. Okay, and in the last case the question was, you can see the fifth question is here. Work done by resistive force of air on vibrating pendulum in bringing it to rest. So student, you know that the resistive force are always opposite to the direction of motion of object. It means the theta for these type of forces is always 180 degree, or you can say more than 90 degree in different cases. So the resistive force of air acts in the direction opposite to the direction of the motion of the pendulum, hence work done is negative in this case. So student, I hope you understand the concept when the work is positive and when it is negative. So try to check about the theta, that is angle between the force and the displacement, and you will easily get the nature of the work, that is either it is positive or it is negative. Okay, so students, try to do this and you will be able to find out the correct answer, and you will understand the concept of the positive, negative and zero work. Okay, So try to solve other questions given in your book, and try to use this concept in your daily life, because you are using you are doing work either positive or negative or every or zero at every instant. Suppose you are lifting any object in upward direction, so in that case there are two type of work is done. First one is the positive work done by your muscular force, because the object is lift in the direction of the applied force, so that work that is done by you is positive. In the same time, there is a force, that is gravitational attraction. It attracted the object toward the earth's surface, so the work done by the gravitational force on the same object is negative. So you can feel or you can experience these type of things in your daily life, and you will be able to correlate the theoretical portion with the activity, and you will be able to understand the concept in more deep way, and you will be able to use this concept in solving the questions. Okay, so let's see this next question, that is question number 6.2. So let me read the question. A body of mass 2 kg initially at rest moves under the action of applied horizontal force of 7 Newton on a table with a coefficient of kinetic friction 0.1. Compute the work done by the applied force in 10 seconds, work done by the friction in 10 seconds, and work done by the net force on the body in 10 seconds, and change in kinetic energy of the body in 10 seconds, and interpret your result. So students, if you want to solve a question, first note down the given quantities in the question. So let's see what are the given quantities. A body of mass 2 kg, it means mass is given, so note down the mass of the body, that is 2 kilogram. Then it is in rest, it means its initial velocity is 0. Then the applied force is 7 Newton, so you should note down the applied force, that is 7 Newton. Now the coefficient of kinetic friction, this is the coefficient, that is k, the constant, sorry mu, this is mu k, is 0.1. so you can write coefficient of kinetic friction as 0.1. Then initial velocity is 0 because it is in rest initially. Now total time is 10 seconds, so you can see time is 10 seconds here. Okay, now we have to find out the work done by applied force in 10 seconds. Okay, so first of all we should find out the acceleration produced in the body by the net force. So let's see, the acceleration produced in the body by applied force is given by the Newton's second law of motion. So if you are talking about the acceleration applied by only the applied force, it means we are thinking that there is no friction. It can be one of the case. So in absence of friction, the acceleration in the body will be F is equal to ma, the second law of Newton. So since you know that F is equal to m into a, you can find out the value of a by rearranging this equation, that is a is equal to f upon m. So you can write a is equal to f upon m, and you will get the acceleration. So this acceleration is 3.5. It means if there is no friction in the surface and applied force is 7 Newton and the mass of object is 2 kilogram, then acceleration produced in the body is 3.5 meter per second square. Now let us find out the value of the frictional force, that is, since we know that the frictional force F is equal to mu r, this is the formula for frictional force, but r is equal to mg, where m is mass of object and g is acceleration due to gravity. So F is equal to mu mg. Okay, this is mu mg. So you can write the equation F is equal to mu mg. Now the value of mu is 0.1, m is given, that is 2, and we know the value of g is 9.8. So the net value of this frictional force is 1.96 Newton. But since this force is opposite to the applied force, that is 7 Newton, so you can take this force as a negative, okay, because friction is always opposite to the direction of motion. So now acceleration produced by the frictional force is A double dash is equal to the frictional force upon the mass, that is 0.98 meter per second square. Okay, so this one is actually the retardation, because this one is opposite to the direction of motion. So the net acceleration on the body is found to be A plus A double dash, because A double dash has the negative sign because it is retardation, so you can add with the negative sign. So this one is a 3.5 and this one is 0.98. So final acceleration produced in the body is 2.52 meter per second square. So student, this one is one of the method to find out the net acceleration in the body, or you can use direct the formula, that is the net force on the body, that is F minus the frictional force is equal to mass of the body into the acceleration. Okay, now A is equal to net force, that is minus frictional force upon the acceleration, upon the mass. Now net force is 7 minus the frictional force is 1.96 Newton upon 2, and after calculation you will get A is equal to 2.52 meter per second square. Okay, so you can use direct either this formula or you can use this method, it is your choice. Okay, this one is more easy as compared to this one, but both of them are correct. You can use or you can try to solve the question 2 times, one first time by this method and second time by this method, and you can choose which one is easy for you. Now the distance traveled by the body is given by the equation of motion, that is S is equal to ut plus half at square. Now because the motion is accelerated, so you cannot use the formula distance is equal to speed into time, but you must use the equations of motion. And for distance, and if time and acceleration are known and initial velocity is known, and so to find out the distance travel in a given time interval, you should use the second equation of motion. Okay, so by using this equation you are getting that S is equal to, since initial velocity is 0, this is u plus 1 by 2 into acceleration 2.52 into square of time, that is 10 square. So the final answer is 126 meter. So this is the answer, and I hope you understand. Now work done by applied force, that is W is equal to F into S. So this is force, that is 7 Newton, and displacement is 126 meter, so it is 882 joule. This is work done by the applied force. Now work done by the frictional force, F into S. The value of frictional force, you can take this one is the small f. So this is minus 1.96 because it is opposite to the direction of the motion of the object. So this one is 196 negative sign into 126, so it is minus 247 joules. So this is the work done by the frictional force, so it is negative. Okay, now the work done by the net force. So net force on the body is the applied force minus the frictional force, because frictional force is opposite to the direction of motion, so this one is taken as negative. So 7 plus minus 1.96 is equal to 5.04 Newton. This is net force. So you can see the work done by the net force is equal to 5.04 into 126, that is 635 joules. Okay, I hope you can multiply these things easily. So this one is 635 joules. So from the first equation of motion, final velocity can be calculated as, so if you want to find out the final velocity after 10 seconds, you can find out by using first equation of motion, and that is v is equal to u plus at. Now v is equal to u is 0, so it is 0, v is equal to 0 plus a, that is 2.52 into t 10 second, so that is 25.2 meter per second. So this is the value of final velocity. Now we are ready to find out the change in kinetic energy of the body. So since initial velocity is 0, so initial kinetic energy of body is 0. So we need only final velocity and we will get the change in kinetic energy. So since final velocity is calculated here, you can see the final velocity is 25.2 meter per second. So you can use direct the formula, that is change in kinetic energy is equal to 1 by 2 into mass, that is 2 v square minus u square, since u square is 0, so 1 by 2 into v square, since this part is cancelled, 2 and 2 cancel each other, so square of 25.2, that is 635 joule is the change in kinetic energy. So student, I hope you understand the concept of this question. This is very important question. It includes different types of concept in this question, that is the concept of the positive work, concept of negative work, the net work under the effect of both applied force and the frictional force, then how you can use the equations of motion to find out the displacement, then equations of motion to find out the final velocity, and then the change in kinetic energy, you can see here. So these are this one is a very important question. If you solve these type of questions, you will get the idea how you can find out the different quantities by using the concept of the applied force, the frictional force, the change in kinetic energy, equations of motion. Okay, so I hope you are able to solve this question by yourself. Okay, now let us talk about the next question. So you can see question number 6.3. In the given figure 6.11 are examples of some potential energy functions in one dimension. Okay, the total energy of the particle is indicated by the cross on the ordinate axis. In each case, specify the regions, if any, in which the particle cannot be found for the given energy. Also, it indicate the minimum total energy the particle must have in each case. Think of simple physical context for which these potential energy shape are relevant. तो यहाँ पे देखिए आपके पास ये ग्राफ्स दिए हुए हैं, ये जो क्रॉस यहाँ पे दिख रहे हैं वो आपको टोटल एनर्जी को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. इट इज़ गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन. देखिए ये जो ग्राफ है ये पोटेंशियल एनर्जी वर्सेस डिस्टेंस ग्राफ है और यहाँ पे टोटल एनर्जी को क्रॉस से रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. तो अगर देखें तो ये टोटल एनर्जी है, यहाँ पे ये है टोटल एनर्जी, यहाँ पे ये है और यहाँ पे ये वाली है. ठीक है, अब बोल रहे हैं कि इन ईच केस स्पेसिफाई द रीजन्स इफ एनी इन विच पार्टिकल कैन नॉट बी फाउंड. तो आपको ऐसे रीजन्स ढूंढने हैं जहाँ पे पार्टिकल नहीं हो सकता है. एंड आल्सो इंडिकेट द मिनिमम टोटल एनर्जी द पार्टिकल मस्ट हैव इन ईच केस. और सभी केसेस में पार्टिकल की जो मिनिमम एनर्जी है उसके बारे में डिस्कस करना है. ठीक है, तो देखते हैं. अगर हम लोग फर्स्ट की बात करें, यहाँ पे देखते हैं ये पार्टिकल जब पॉइंट ए पे है तो इसके पास है एनर्जी वी नॉट और x इज ग्रेटर देन 0 पे, सॉरी x इज ग्रेटर देन a के बाद इसके पास कॉन्टिन्यूसली पोटेंशियल एनर्जी है a, और x इज लेस देन 0, सॉरी x इज लेस देन a की अगर बात करें तो इसके पास जो है वो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी 0 है यहाँ पे। तो यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं आंसर इसका, यहाँ पे आंसर है x इज ग्रेटर देन a, ठीक है। नाउ टोटल एनर्जी ऑफ द सिस्टम इज गिवन बाय द रिलेशन पोटेंशियल प्लस काइनेटिक एनर्जी। अब काइनेटिक एनर्जी इज इक्वल टू क्या होगा, ई माइनस पी ई। तो यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं ये काइनेटिक एनर्जी है, बट काइनेटिक एनर्जी यहाँ पे नेगेटिव आ रही है। सो काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ बॉडी इज पॉजिटिव quantity, it cannot be negative, therefore the particle will not exist in the region where kinetic energy becomes negative। तो यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं ऐसे सभी रीजन पे जहाँ पे कि काइनेटिक एनर्जी की वैल्यू नेगेटिव है वहाँ पे ये जो होगा ये पार्टिकल एग्जिस्ट नहीं करेगा। तो अब देखते हैं, इन द गिवन केस द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी V नॉट ऑफ द पार्टिकल बिकम्स ग्रेटर देन टोटल एनर्जी E व्हेन x इज ग्रेटर देन a। Hence, kinetic energy becomes negative in this region. Therefore, the particle will not exist in this region, and the minimum total energy of the particle is 0 in all regions. तो यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं इस केस में आपको समझ में आएगा यहाँ पे ग्राफ से। यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं इस रीजन में जो यहाँ पे इसमें पार्टिकल की काइनेटिक एनर्जी नेगेटिव हो जा रही है, और कभी भी काइनेटिक एनर्जी नेगेटिव नहीं हो सकती, इसलिए ये पार्टिकल इस रीजन में हो नहीं सकता है। ये इधर कहीं हो सकता है, ए से पहले ही होगा, इसके बाद पॉसिबल नहीं है। तो ये इसका आंसर हो गया। सेकेंड में देखते हैं, अब आपको क्या लगता है चेक करिए। यहाँ पे देखिए ये है टोटल एनर्जी, और ये ग्राफ इस तरीके से बना हुआ है। यहाँ पे अगर आप बात करें V1 V2 V3 लिख सकते हैं। यहाँ पे ये V1 छूट गया है, इस पॉइंट को V1, इसको V2 और इसको V3 लिख रहे हैं हम, ठीक है। और यहाँ पे इसके करस्पॉन्डिंग कोऑर्डिनेट्स A, C, B, D दिए जा रहे हैं। तो यहाँ पे कौन से रीजन्स में पार्टिकल एग्जिस्ट कर सकता है ये हमको चेक करना है। तो यहाँ पे देखिए फिर से फॉर्मूला यूज कर सकते हैं, टोटल एनर्जी इज इक्वल टू काइनेटिक एनर्जी प्लस पोटेंशियल एनर्जी। यहाँ पे देखिए in the given case this is B, this one is actually B, this one is A, C and D। So here you can see potential energy V naught is greater than the total energy E in all regions. Hence the particle will not exist in this region. X is greater than A, X is less than B। यहाँ पे देखिए ये V1 है, ओके। तो यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं सभी रीजन में जो दिया हुआ है V की वैल्यू ग्रेटर है और काइनेटिक एनर्जी यहाँ पे नेगेटिव है, इसलिए वो नहीं हो सकता है किसी भी रीजन में। अगर हम थर्ड में देखें, यहाँ पे थर्ड केस में देखेंगे तो इस रीजन में जो काइनेटिक एनर्जी होगी वो पॉजिटिव आएगी। तो यहाँ पे द मिनिमम पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इन केस इज -V1, देयरफॉर काइनेटिक एनर्जी इज इक्वल टू दिस मच, and therefore for positivity of kinetic energy the total energy of the particle must be greater than -V1. So minimum total energy of the particle must be -V1, and this the particle you can see here -B/2 to -B/2 is less than x is less than a/2 पे और सेकेंड है a/2 इज लेस देन x इज लेस देन b/2 और दो एनर्जी है -v1 है। और अगर नेक्स्ट केस की बात करें तो in the given case the potential energy V0 of the particle becomes greater than the total energy E for this region and this region, therefore particle will not exist in the region. So student, I hope you understand. You have to check in which region the kinetic energy is positive and negative, and you will be able to find out the condition where the particle can exist or not. If kinetic energy is negative, then particle does not exist there. If kinetic energy is positive, then particle can exist there, and you can find out the minimum total energy for that case by using the relation kinetic energy is equal to total energy minus potential energy, or you can say total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. By using this relation you can find out the total energy that can be exist in that case. So student, I hope you understand these questions, and there is homework. आपके लिए होमवर्क दिया जाता है कि आपको ये पूरी एक्सरसाइज कंप्लीट करके भेजना है दिए गए मेल पे. ओके, सो थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग दिस सेशन. कीप स्टडिंग, ट्राई टू practice more number of questions. It will help you to understand the concept, and it will be help you to solve the higher order questions. Okay, so thank you for watching this session.